All right. I think we have a solid idea. The only thing now we're missing is it's not sidechain ducking enough. That is because I don't have the setting probably set the way I want. Yeah, you can see it's not even touching the signal coming in. Now, the problem with this one, like I had earlier, was that the kick drum for the track that we're using here, it's a pretty heavy, solid, subby kick. There's not a lot of room for the ducking to come in through. Like I said, this would be, if you're looking at the waveform here, you can see how there's maybe that part right there where the waveform shrinks and then there's more space for volume for the sidechain to occur. As opposed to this one where there's all this right here that would be, the ducking for where the sidechain could come in. So we won't get a real good sidechain ducking effect if we use traditional sidechain compression on this synth right here. So you can see it lowers in volume, but we're not getting that real breathing ducking effect that I really am after here. So we're not going to even need this. I keep it on there just because sometimes you don't really always use a kick that has that much bass in it. And if it's just like a short attack and a short release, it's a nice short tight kick and you can really use it, or you can use it really well for sidechaining. To get around that kind of an issue, you can always do this. You can just sometimes set up a sidechain trigger. There's a number of ways to do it. So you can either go ahead and make a MIDI rack or a MIDI track below it. You can basically just you won't need this because there's no audio really coming out of it. You're going to throw on Simpler. And then use, let's say, this guy, or up to like right there as a trigger here. We're going to drag that out, consolidate it so it's one little clip here, and then drag this into Simpler. We don't need that. Okay, so now we have our sidechain trigger here, and then basically go ahead and set up a MIDI clip. Set it on C. You can take this off because it's not really relevant anymore. Put it on C3. C3 is the note that is going to play your kick at the original pitch. Anything above or below will be adding a semitone up or down on your kick. Okay, so you can hear how it's a short kick. We can actually adjust it like so. So if I wanted to just do something like that, adjust it even shorter, like that. So we're not going to be listening to this kick actually. So what you do is just go ahead and duplicate it out like so. Take out the parts you don't want. And then we're going to lower the volume on this all the way. You can even just turn it off altogether like that. And the sidechain here can still be routed to it and you'll still get the effect. I actually took it off. So let's put it back on here. Audio effects. Compressor. Yeah, let's put it on here. Okay, so we want to sidechain it right below the kick, right there. I think that's the right one. Just double check. Yeah, okay, so it's already routed to that. So you can see it's already getting a signal. Now we can adjust accordingly until we get a nice ducking effect. Okay, so that's one way you can go about it. Just set up a sidechain trigger. Just with the, like I said, blank MIDI. Add a simple sample that has a nice quick attack, and then you can adjust it according. You can adjust it based on that, and then wherever you want the sidechain to occur, just add more, obviously, of these clips throughout the song. That's one way to go about it. Let's try another method, which is my method that I always like to use, is just add a nice simple instance of LFO tool on top of whatever you want to do. So we're gonna grab it from Xfer Records, LFO tool. And then it does exactly the same thing, but you don't have to route it anywhere. You just can adjust everything right here. Okay, we can actually try to just bump up the overall signal now because we have some gain reduction going on from the compressor here. Okay, let's adjust these notes real quick because I think these are... All right, and I think that's pretty much a good foundation for our main hook here, our drop. It's got a lot of high energy. It's got a nice little melodic fill. As far as processing goes, it doesn't need a lot of it. Just ran it through the rack. We can move on to maybe, if I want, maybe, you know what, let's just try it. For the sake of teaching, we're going to do some little overall processing to see if we can get a little more grit out of it. So, but for now, this is a good solid foundation for our layering and the overall cohesiveness and sound of the drop.